Hey everybody, Ryan here from Rhino Hockey Channel. Alright, going to be going over all four games from tonight, the 22nd of May 2021. We got some series on the brink here. Let's see how they get finished. Let's see how the games tonight go. Nobody got eliminated tonight, obviously, but I just mean after tonight, there are a couple that are on the brink. Alright, Florida versus Tampa Bay. After a comeback victory and an OT victory for Florida last game, making this series a 2-1 lead for Tampa. Let's see how they fared tonight. Not good. Not good. Making me really regret that Florida first round pick of beating Tampa. Should have gone with the experience. Alright, anyways, it's not over and done yet. There's still a chance, but very minute. Alright, 3 minutes into the first, Anthony Cirelli second from Alex Killorn and Eric Chernak. At 7:24, Yanni Gourde's second from Kucherov and Mikhail Sergachev. At 8:49 of the first, Florida makes it a 2-1 game. Jonathan Huberdeau's second on the power play from Patrick Hornquist and Sam Bennett. Then at 16:45 of the first, Andre Palat's second from Chernak and Kucherov. That is Chernak's second assist and Kucherov's second assist. Alright, at 5:41 of the second, Alex Killorn would add his second goal of the playoffs. From Chernak from Kucherov and Victor Hedman, and that was on the power play. Then at 7:15, Killorn would add his second goal of the game, third of the playoffs, from Stamkos and Anthony Cirelli. At 18:45, Florida make it 5-2, something. Carter Verhaeghe's second of the playoffs on the power play from Alexander Barkov. I forgot to write his last name there. And Jonathan Huberdeau. Then at 4:47, Kucherov would score his third on the power play from Stamkos and Killorn. Kucherov would leave not long after this. He would leave with an apparent lower body injury and not return. Hopefully that was just precautionary because he's been doing very good and he had a 4-point night. So obviously they need him. He's doing very well against this Florida team that just cannot seem to stop anybody from scoring on them at this point. Alright, Florida outshot Tampa 41-26. They beat them in the face-off dot 55-45. Florida was 2 for 7 on the power play. Tampa 2 for 5. 50 penalty minutes for Florida. Absolutely no fighting majors in there. Mostly misconducts. And 42 penalty minutes for Tampa. Hits were 37-33 in favor of Florida. Blocks 12-6 in favor of Tampa. Giveaways 3-2, Florida with 3. Drager had 11 saves in relief for a .917 save percentage, and Bobrovsky probably not starting again for a while. 9 saves for a .643 save percentage. Yikes. Just yikes. And Vasilevsky, 39 saves for .951 save percentage and the victory, giving Tampa a 3-1 series lead. A stranglehold in this series for sure. No room for error for Florida at this point. If they want any chance, they have to clean sweep the remaining 3 games. Otherwise, Tampa's going on. Alright. Pittsburgh versus the New York Islanders. Pittsburgh's up 2-1. These have all been close and very fun games. So, let's see how tonight went. Not as close, but still a fun game, one way or the other. Islanders win this one 4-1, sending this game back to Pittsburgh with a 2-2 tie. Now, this has been every other game each team has won, so at this point, I'd say the series favors Pittsburgh, especially since the final 2 games are in Pittsburgh, or 2 of the 3 final games are in Pittsburgh. So, it favors them, but there's, as we all know, there's no guarantees in this situation. Alright, no scoring in the first. 8:07 into the second. Josh Bailey second from Brock Nelson and Anthony Beauvillier. At 14:51 of the second. Ryan Pollock's first from Wahlstrom and Leddy. Then at 6:04 of the third, Wahlstrom would add his first goal of, I believe that is his first career playoff goal. If it is, congrats to him. Power play goal, unassisted. At 6:28, 24 seconds later, Jordan Eberle's first of the playoffs on the power play from Barzal and Pajot. At 17:25, Pittsburgh would not get shut out. Zach Aston Reese would score his first shorthanded from Brian Dumoulin and Frederick Gaudreau. This has been a fun series so far. This is the biggest goal differential we've had in a victory for one team over the other. But this has been a fun one so far. I think the final two or three, are going to be just fun. So look forward to watching those. All right, Pittsburgh outshot the Islanders 30-26. Islanders beat them in the faceoff dot 66-34, pretty heavily there. Power play 0 for 1 for Pittsburgh, 2 for 5 for the Islanders. 12 penalty minutes for Pittsburgh to 4 for the Islanders. Hits were 34-31 in favor of Pittsburgh. That's kind of a surprise. With all the bangers that Islanders have, I'm kind of surprised by that. Blocks were 14-11 in favor of the Islanders. That I'm not surprised by. Giveaways 9-8, 9 for Pittsburgh. Well, not a terrible number, but still a bit high. Just a little bit. I mean, if I was going to complain, nitpick about anything, they need to lower those. All right, goalies. Cherry had 22 saves for a 842 save percentage. Sorry, 846. God, 846 save percentage. In the loss, and Sorokin, I'm not sure why Varlamov didn't play. I didn't read the injury report, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So Sorokin got the start, 29 saves, 967 save percentage for the victory. All right, on to Game 2 between Montreal and Toronto. Montreal up 1-0 in this series. Toronto is without John Tavares for, they said, at least 2 weeks. That seems really low considering how bad off he was after that knee to the head. Which, like I said, looked like Perry was trying to avoid him, but just accidentally clipped him. Because you watch the video, he was trying to jump over him and just didn't jump high enough. Or Tavares may have lifted his head at the last second. It does happen. And they did say that he hurt his knee. I called that one when that trainer let him get up while trying to stabilize his neck. Stupid on the trainer's part. And his legs got stuck underneath him when he fell back down. Yeah, that looked like it had injured his knees. And he did, according to the team. So that's unfortunate, but they're saying 2 weeks. I find that very hard to believe. But we'll see. It's hockey. I mean, Patrice Bergeron played with a punctured lung in the finals, so I think he could probably survive. Not that he should do that, don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning that because a concussion that is very serious, you could die if you are not careful. So do not do that. Alright, Toronto won this one 5-1. Definitely a good way to show your captain, hey, we got your back, bro. Alright, 7:57 into the first, Canadians scored first. They finally brought Jesperi Kotkaniemi back into the lineup, scored his first goal of the playoffs from Joel Armia and Tyler Toffoli. That's all Montreal would do in the offensive area. 12:25 into the first, Jason Spezza's first of the playoffs from Zach Bogosian. Then 5:15 of the second, Austin Matthews' first goal of the playoffs from Justin Hall and Mitch Marner. At 13:20 of the second, Rasmus Sandin's first of the playoffs, I believe his first playoff goal of his career. Congrats to him if that's the case. On the power play, too, from Marner and Matthews. At 8:50 the third, William Nylander second from Matthews and Morgan Riley. I put the Riley's name down there. I didn't say Mike Riley this time. I said Morgan, the correct one. 18:37 into the third, Alexander Kerfoot's first from William Nylander, giving us our final score of 5-1. Toronto gliding to the victory in this one. Toronto outshot the Canadians 34-23. Killed them in the faceoff dot as well, 66-34. Montreal 0 for 1 on the power play, Toronto 2 for 6. 24 penalty minutes for Montreal to 14 for Toronto. Hits were 44-36 in favor of Montreal. Blocks 19-16 in favor of Toronto. Giveaways 15-12, 15 for Montreal. Carey Price looked more pedestrian in this game. 29 saves for 879 save percentage. Seems to be how his season was before he was injured. And seems to be how he's going to go back to if he doesn't change that pretty quick. Last game it looked good. This one, not so much. And Campbell had 22 saves for 957 save percentage for the victory. He looked very good in this game too. He was nowhere near as busy as Price, of course, but still looked good in the saves he made. Alright, our final game of the evening. Vegas versus Minnesota. Vegas is up 2-1, and honestly, other than being shut out in the first game, they have looked just unbeatable to this Minnesota team. They have been frustrating the heck out of this Minnesota team so far. And that does not change. They take a 3-1 series lead. Oh, I forgot to mention the Toronto-Montreal series is tied 1-1. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. This series is now 3-1, Vegas, looking to eliminate Minnesota in the next game, and I find it hard to believe they won't. The rate this series has gone, I really find it hard to believe. All right, 10:31 into the first. Nicholas Waugh would score his first from Keegan Kolesar. 9:08 into the second, Alexander Tuch's third from Chandler Stevenson and Zach Whitecloud. At 13:41 of the second, Mark Stone would score his third goal, shorthanded, unassisted. 18:32 into the third, Nicholas Waugh would score his second of the game, second in the playoffs, from Matthias Janmark and Kolesar, giving us our final score of 4-0. Vegas with the 3-1 series lead. A stranglehold that I don't think is going to change. I think they are going to win it in the next one. I could be incorrect, of course, but just looking at the discrepancy in play so far, I mean, granted, Minnesota outshot them today, but Vegas was up fairly early, and they probably played defensive for the most part, the second half of the second and the third. So, take or leave it, but I honestly, in the last few games, they have been outplaying them. Even when Minnesota being 1-0 in overtime in that first game, Vegas outplayed them. It was just a matter of they couldn't beat Talbot that night. All right, Minnesota outshot them tonight, 35-18. So that means Talbot allowed 4 goals and 18 shots. Not a good number. Faceoffs were 56-44 in favor of Vegas. Power play 0 for 1 for Vegas, 0 for 3 for Minnesota. Penalty minutes 6-2, 6 for Vegas. Hits were 35-32 in favor of Minnesota. Blocks 19-12 in favor of Vegas. Giveaways 11-5, 11 for Minnesota. Marc-Andre Fleury made 35 saves for a shutout, and Cam Talbot 14 saves, 824 save percentage for the loss. Rightfully so, because that is not good numbers if you want to win. All right, Minnesota's down 3-1. So next time these teams on Monday play, Minnesota and Florida are looking at possible elimination games. And I think both will occur, but you never know. Sometimes when teams are in a corner is when they play their best, so may see otherwise. All right, other than that, that's all I have for you tonight. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Helps the channel out, helps the videos out. All right, make sure to comment and share, and I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.